What we have here is failure to communicate. Some man you just can't reach. And so you get what we had here last week, which is the way he wants it. Well, he gets it. I don't like this any more than you men. Hi guys, Charlie Veach here. Obviously everyone knows why I'm making this video. I don't even know where to begin because of the incredible levels of hatred and vitriol and disgust sent my way. I didn't even know if I was going to make a video talking about my experiences through all this, but if I can just start off by saying that I'm a normal human being just like anyone else, and the videos and the comments do hurt because they're untrue. So maybe I should start off by just clarifying a few points. Obviously I leaked because I was speaking to Max Eigen and I didn't know he was recording the conversation. He only told me at the end when I said, yeah, you should have recorded this. It explains what I'm saying. So I said, between you and I, it's the BBC. But just to say a few truths here, a few real truths straight from the horse's mouth. I didn't get paid a penny for being a participant with 5 other people on the show. I didn't get any offers of any further work. In fact, I had 0 affiliation with the BBC out there because it was filmed by a third-party production company which had nothing to do on a daily basis with the BBC. So I didn't accept any money, I didn't take any money, I wasn't offered any money. The second point is that I've been brainwashed in some sort of MK Ultra, NLP, advanced herd mentality style deprogramming or reprogramming. Again, that is ridiculous. I've said from the start that I changed my own mind, and there were no psychologists or experts out there in that category. It was just a chaotic and shambolic production team. And the reason I say shambolic is because when you've got tight deadlines and you're filming for 14 hours a day, it does get very stressful, and everyone was stressed, us, the participants, and the film crew as well, and the producers. Third point is that we were just led to speak to a bunch of official story shills, which again is not true. We spoke to a bunch of retired people about their views on 9/11, and the reason they're retired is because they were at their most senior 10 years ago at the height of, at the September the 11th, so they're now in their 60s. And these were dispassionate people who don't have a promotion to look forward to. They've got no interest in lying. They're receiving their pensions and they're out of the game. And we asked them certain difficult questions, such as, you know, to the structural engineers, what happened to the internal columns when that plane of the World Trade Center 1 and 2, what happened when the planes hit at 500 miles an hour? And they say, frankly, we don't know. There was damage, but we don't know. And these guys didn't try and bullshit us. They didn't try and give us propaganda. They gave us honest answers. I should have maybe explained it better. I should have maybe come and spoken to camera a bit more rather than just the Times Square video and going to speak to Max Eigen and Mr. Britt on the radio. I should have maybe just come and said it myself to you guys straight. But to be fair, like, as soon as I did the Times Square video and just the kind of intense levels of hatred directed at me, it does have an effect. Because I knew I was going to get flack for this. I knew I was going to get criticism for changing my own mind, which is something which seems to be discouraged in any minority or fringe group, be it a gang, or a religion, or a cult, or a activist movement, or the truth movement, for example. The truth movement is so certain that what it has around 9/11 is the truth, that it even calls itself the truth movement, and I think this is very dangerous. which is why I named my video at Times Square, No Emotional Attachment to 9/11 Theories. The truth is most important. And I just want to ask you guys, in that if we did get access to documents which show that it was a gigantic incompetent failure of the CIA and FBI, if Dick Cheney or George Bush comes out and admits that, no, it wasn't an inside job, but we were tailing these terrorists and we failed. We were even doing surveillance on them on that terrible Tuesday in September 2001, and maybe they were under surveillance and they're saying, oh, that's interesting, let's see where these guys fly to now. And then they pulled off 9/11. Would that satisfy you if you had the official documents, if you had the released top secret documents from the Pentagon or the CIA? I don't think so, because in this movement, and I've suffered for this, I mean, everything I have is lost. It's as if people once really liked what I did and now they hate everything about me, and labels such as power-hungry or egotistical, fame-hungry person, or just the incredible swear words thrown at me do have an effect. And I've lost friends. I've lost people very close to me over this. I had nothing to gain from changing my own mind. I had everything to lose. But when faced with evidence, to me, which appeals to my reasonable and logical mind and heart, when I, feel the energy from these people who were allegedly conspirators in this tragedy, I couldn't hold on to something, guys. I'm not here as a representative of a movement, and I never said I was part of the 9/11 truth movement. I've always been someone who's interested in curtailing authority and power from government and people in uniform, and spreading love and lowering fear. And of course I dabbled in theorizing about what happened on 9/11 because it's the most interesting day that's happened, well, probably maybe forever. It's the most interesting single day in history. And we've got all the footage and all the phone calls and all the evidence to show just how terrible and intense and, as I say, interesting that day was. But like the videos going out about me on YouTube, and people who I considered friends are now making videos and criticizing me, and some of them have contacted me, other ones haven't contacted me. They're just jumping on the bandwagon of hating the scapegoat. And rather than accept that a free-thinking, critical-thinking person who went into 9/11 truth because he felt the evidence was compelling, decided, when presented with more evidence, to change his mind. This doesn't seem to sit well with a lot of people, and as someone who believes in truth, and to my friend Joe, I appreciate your video this morning, although you were a bit harsh on me. I'm also interested in anarcho-truth, and I loved your video that you did in the car. And this is my first video in a car as well, but I'm interested in, as I say, anarchy, which is no hierarchy, and truth. And rather than accept that I changed my own mind, people have concocted this elaborate story of me selling out to the mainstream media, which didn't happen. I've never sold out to the mainstream media, and I said in my video about Palestine that, they can take your body, but they can't take your soul. And I went to America, to the East Coast, to New Jersey, to Shanksville in Pennsylvania, to New York and Washington, D.C., on a spiritual quest, a very personal spiritual quest, to find out for myself what happened on 9/11. And I don't think that's an opportunity any of you should or would have given up to have, okay, yeah, a big leviathan of a film company, the BBC or their commissioned independent film company, take you to America to actually meet the people involved, to go to the sites, to stand at the top of the World Trade Center 7, which proudly states Silverstein Properties, and look down into Ground Zero to see just how close. It was a matter of 100 meters between Tower 1, I believe, and the kind of face of World Trade Center 7, and to stand there and see the forces and the energies at play is an incredible experience. And to be able to grill people from the Pentagon and actually go to the Pentagon is an experience which I would never have had in a million years, because I don't have the money to spend the time going to New York or Washington, D.C. to grill these people. So it was apparent to me by day 3, or was it day 2, that this was a tremendous opportunity and an absolute honor to meet the people I met. And no one, no matter how much criticism I get, or hatred, or conspiracy theories about me being brainwashed or an MI6 or CIA agent, no one can take that away from me, that I shared tears with family members of people who were on those airplanes. These are airplanes which apparently didn't exist, or suddenly in the fantasy world turned into cruise missiles. I stood there with a guy called Charles, who's a retired airline pilot,